I'm back with Eclipse DLC 2, but this time it's the 4 multiplayer maps: Rift, Spire, Verge, and Knockout. What is up, guys? It's Tom here. Welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video, where today we're going to be talking about the Eclipse DLC again. I did a video before this, I think it was a couple of days ago now, about Zetsubo and Oshima, which is the new Zombies map. Whereas this video, as you would have seen by the intro, is about the 4 multiplayer maps. So obviously there's a zombie map and the 4 multiplayer maps. Now, the multiplayer maps is things I'm more interested in, as I am more of a multiplayer player rather than a zombies player, because I'm not really too interested in surviving rounds, more just playing and leveling up and that kind of thing. I'm more interested in doing that and playing against people and kind of doing more like realistic situations and that kind of thing. So I'm more into multiplayer, so these are the things that I look forward to the most, even though I know people, like, sometimes they say they don't even want the multiplayer maps, they just want the zombies maps, and the only reason they made it so you can't, like, take away your DLC for the multiplayer, so you get to put in non-DLC lobbies, is because they want you to buy the zombies map and multiplayer maps, because if they did it separately, then they think people would only buy the zombies maps, because kind of they don't want to be putting multiplayer DLC lobbies. But they put it together. I don't mind both. I'm more into zombies than I was, so I'll play both, even though I'm not a big fan of Zetsubo and Oshima, which I did say in my last video. But this video is all about the multiplayer maps, and obviously there's 4, as there is in every single DLC pack, and that is Rift, Verge, Spire, and Knockout. That's the one. So the first one we're going to talk about here is Spire, which I'm pretty sure you should be able to see now. I'm using the Vesper on Spire, which is one of my favourite guns at the moment. Now Spire, although I'm using a Vesper, I think is more of an assault rifle dominant map. It has kind of long lines of sight. It's very bright as well, which I like. Sometimes you don't want the dark and kind of grim maps, because there can be some grim kind of things in some of the Call of Duty maps. But it's bright. It's like an airport in the sky. There's a lot of wall runs and that kind of thing. I think what they're trying to do with this map is trying to introduce kind of what they call jousting. I think they call it triarch, where it means there's 2 people on a wall meeting each other. So it's kind of like that kind of battle. And they kind of pulled it off pretty well. There's quite a few wall runs. The centre area is very, very open. There's a massive window that you can actually wall run through and just smash straight through it at the start of the round, which is pretty good to do. It works pretty well in quite a lot of game modes. It works well in hardpoint, because there's quite good hardpoints, because there's an area that you can only reach by kind of frost jumping, like Infection, because Infection has like that rock where you can only get up there if you boost jump. Similar to that, apart from it does involve a lot more wall running than Infection, so I'd say it's probably a better map than Infection in my opinion. It's a lot brighter, it's a lot nicer, and it's a pretty nice map. It plays well. It's one of my favourite out of the whole pack, and I think it's just a really good map. It doesn't really come up that often when I've been playing the DLC playlist. No idea why, but I do really enjoy that map. And it's definitely one of my favourites, especially the setting, kind of set up high in the clouds. It's kind of, I suppose, slightly, if you could compare it to any map in Black Ops 3, I'd say it's probably like Infection, but it's kind of sort of like Terminal, even though it's not. I always say that because it has like metal detectors and that kind of thing in there. So yeah, I suppose you could say it's kind of like Terminal, because it's like in an airport. But anyway, moving on. I'm pretty sure next is Verge. Now, Verge was my least favourite map out of this whole pack, but as the game's kind of gone on, it's grown on me, and I think it's like, I think if I'm honest, like, they're all kind of tied. I really like them all. Obviously, I didn't really like Verge to begin with. I thought it was my least favourite, and I liked the other 3, but now I just like all 4. Like, really, like, they're all good maps. Verge has grown on me, definitely. It's definitely a good map to play with as an objective. I'd say it plays a lot better in domination than it does in TDM and that kind of thing. Kill confirmed. It's always go better as an objective. So everybody's kind of going to more the same place rather than everywhere on the map, like in TDM, and there isn't really an objective apart from to kill people. There's the bridge that they brought back as it was Banzai, which was a DLC map in World at War that they brought back. It's a bit of a weird map to bring back. Probably not everybody obviously had it in World at War. It's not exactly like a fan favourite, I suppose. But they brought it back anyway. So obviously the bridge is quite a long line of sight, which obviously it kind of be quite dominant by snipers, as well as on the right side of the bridge, which is the more open side. If you're coming, I don't really know which. If you're not playing it, I don't really know which kind of side to describe it from. But on one of the sides of bridges is a lot more open, which obviously you can either snipe across, and you can get under the bridge where the kind of water area is down there, which isn't too bad of area. The thing that I didn't really like straight away is because it kind of gave me a bit like a 4-lane kind of thing. The way it's set out, it's not really 4 lanes, but the way it's played makes it seem like it's 4 lanes, which I wasn't too. Like, it's not 4 lanes is my favourite thing. I prefer the 3 lanes. It means people are concentrated into more kind of choke points and that kind of thing. So the more people are in the same place, which allows you to get more kills. So that's what it kind of didn't really appeal to me. But now I just don't really go in that kind of 4th lane. Is the cave bit. It's on the very, very outside. I kind of stay away from there. It's fine. It plays very, very well. Although the cave way is a very, very good way to go if you want to flank and just completely get around there. Because I never ever see anyone, or I hardly ever see anyone down in that cave area on Verge. But anyway, moving on to the 3rd map. Obviously, like I said, I don't really have favourites. I just really like them all. And the 3rd map is Knockout. Now, Knockout is the more kind of oriental style map. It's kind of supposed to be like some sort of judo. Wait, have I put that right? No, I said judo's like the thing. Oh, I forgot what we call it now. Like a place where people learn like karate or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's a judo. Or I'm just making a like idiot of myself. But I don't know. I kind of like place where you kind of train to do karate, like some Chinese temple or something. It's a pretty cool map. Aesthetically, it's pretty good. There's like these pink, I think it's blossoms just like constantly falling on the floor. It's very like kind of like pretty scene. And it's very it works very well. Obviously, I prefer to play it with an objective as I do. However, this map doesn't work that badly with TDM or Kill Confirm. Definitely works a lot better than Verge. Did I say Verge? I don't Verge. Sorry about that. I know I know Verge. No, Verge. I think it works a lot better with those kind of non-objective based game modes. The center is quite open, I suppose, but there's kind of like a big platform in the middle that kind of blocks it if you're on the floor. So if you jump up on there, you're very, very open, but you can see everywhere around the center. The balcony that looks over the center is a good kind of point, just above B, as well as this kind of like spike pit where there's a war room, there's big gongs. That's quite a cool area as well. Obviously, like if you fall down there, you die with the spike pits. That is also a pretty cool area. But the area I did want to talk about on this map, I don't know if you'll see it in the gameplay, but there is like towards the like just outside the center on one of the sides, there's a disco room. And it's completely different to the rest of the map. There's like these pictures that like look like they're from the 70s, all these colours, kind of like I've forgotten what they're called, but you know the guy who makes like the soup cans and does that, like that kind of style, kind of pictures in there, like all this fancy music, and it doesn't look oriental at all. So they've kind of got a bit wild in that areas, like a bar and everything. So they've got a bit wild in that kind of area of the map, but it's pretty cool. It's a bit of a change. Obviously, there's music playing, and the music's pretty good. So it's not a bad change, I suppose, for the Oriental style, which is pretty cool. I'm glad that they put that in there. I think there's also a Easter egg in there from some sort of UFC fighter. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to mess it up. I want to say Jackie Chan, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I really want to say Jackie Chan, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong. But I have no idea. Some sort of tribute where he wears like a yellow suit. I have no idea who this person is. I know. I'm pretty sure he's in UFC. I am pretty sure he is. If you know who I mean, then leave it down in the comments. He's definitely some sort of like Oriental guy, obviously, because that's where the map kind of is set, which is a pretty cool Easter egg. But I have no idea. It's like what his name is. I'm sorry, I should look that up, but I do not know. But the final map we're gonna get into now is Rift. Now, Rift is, I think it's the smallest map of the three. I think. And now Rift is kind of like I want to say like a mine or like some sort of like rig above a volcano. Obviously, it's very very dark. There's lava beneath it. I'm pretty sure like pretty much one of the lanes is a wall run, nearly almost. It's a 3-lane map. There's lots of wall runs, obviously trying to promote that kind of jousting that I was talking about, that kind of thing. And it does that very very well. It's a very very fast paced map. It's smaller, so SMGs work a lot, very very well. On Rift, it's not bad in TDM or kill confirm. Because obviously said it's smaller, so you're constantly finding people with no problems. In some parts of the map, there is like a bridge bit that goes outside, which can make it a 4-lane in the centre, but that's fine. I don't really see too many people go down there, but it still doesn't take away from the action. And the middle kind of centre is very very open, which means there's a lot of action that goes down there. And it's very very kind of action packed map. It is darker than all the rest, but it kind of like there's all lava that shines very very brightly from below. It's all kind of black and like red. Overall, it's not a bad map. All of the maps, all the 4 maps are pretty good. I apologise if you've actually heard me like sniffling quite a bit in this video because I've got a bit of a cold or I sound slightly different because I've got a slight sore throat and a bit of cold. So I do apologise about that, but I'm just going to keep on making kind of like commentaries, that kind of thing. It's not really going to stop me. So yeah, all 4 maps are very very decent maps. If you haven't got the DLC, I do recommend that you get it. It is very very good. All 4 maps are very decent. Unlike Awakening, where I wasn't too keen on Rise or Gauntlet. Skyjacks is okay. Splash is okay. I wasn't really a big fan of any of them, if I'm honest. But these maps are definitely a lot better than the other ones were in Awakening. So I definitely recommend that if you haven't got the DLC, you should go pick it up as soon as you can. But anyway, guys, as usual, if you have enjoyed the video, I really really appreciate it if you could drop a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I really really appreciate it. And as usual, I have been Tom, and I will see you all later.